I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Hurt Feelings Uncut Podcast. I'm Jay Modiazzo.
Triple L is back.
I stick nobody.
How
Yes,
y'all?
sir.
How y'all gentlemen doing? I know we haven't had more than one person on here in a while, but how y'all been doing?
I'm blessed.
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
I'm fucking confused.
You're
What kind
always
of wait?
fucking
What kind of confused?
Every way you can think of, but one way.
Oh God.
Not that way.
Oh,
I
fuck
hope not
way.
that way.
That way is not today.
Oh fuck that shit. Fuck that.
No, I'm good,
shit.
baby. I'm good.
Man.
God,
What a
oh,
week!
man.
What a week! What a week!
What an interesting week. Indeed.
What's been going on with you, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
Do we really?
Oh, it's a check-in.
Come on, they need to know what we on. We always talking about everything else. We got to give them updates on us sometime.
Right.
You know, sorry about
All
that.
right.
If y'all can't
All
see
right.
me in the camera,
All
I'm
right.
leaning
All right.
forward.
Fuck it.
Pardon
All
the body.
So, I was in a committed relationship for about 4 months. Long story, make it short. She ghosted me.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Sound like you want to talk about it.
a little bit.
Okay. Get some shit off your chest then.
So,
We do not own copyrights to that music you hear in the background.
we really don't.
Or the copyright to that exhaust.
Definitely not. So, so basically, I learned after all this shit, and it's been it's been a total of 4 days now. So, I've learned now that some people you can't trust. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't literally give your full 100% to, because sometimes people say that they're in it, but they're always going to fold because they're afraid of a new thing. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And my mistake was believing that they weren't, and they weren't going to fold on me. But you can never sit there and actually put 100% faith in that person, because you never know that they're just gonna decide to, without anything to say. I want to add that, because there are people that do that will literally say, I don't want no, or they won't say anything, but they'll show the action of, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. So, and you as a person, I'm gonna say this, what you gotta do, because I'm still learning this shit myself, but I'm picking up on it very quickly. You gotta let go. You gotta definitely let go.
That's facts.
True. One thing that I would sit here and say, and we talked about your situation.
I remember.
At the end of the day, yeah, it bothers you because you dealt with some messed up relationships, and it bothered you because why did they waste your time? Yeah, it was only a few months, but still, it was a waste of your time and a waste of your energy. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, when you start dating or start talking to somebody, or y'all making an agreement that y'all gonna be exclusive, take y'all time. Please take y'all time. Because
Actual fact.
when you rush into stuff, somebody's gonna get hurt. Especially if that person's dealing with past trauma or still dealing with their past trauma. And what I mean by that, they still have that issue lingering around them, so they can't really truly get away from it and heal themselves. Don't jump into something else. You know what I'm saying? Really take time to, if you escape in something, escape, then heal, then possibly see what's out there. Or focus in on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Build a better relationship with yourself. With your situation, and I think that we've stressed it with you before, not on here, but I mean just us personal talk.
Yeah.
Bro, take time to yourself.
Oh, I'm already
Find out
doing that.
who you are, who Triple L is. Love Triple L. You know what I'm saying? Have
No,
a
I
whole
am.
relationship with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I am. I have. I'm already doing that. Like, dude, that shit's already started. Like, that shit's already like happening. Because here's the thing, and I wanna stress this to a lot of people that's watching. The thing that I fucked up on was I used to believe love in first sight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel somebody, you feel that, you feel them, you feel that touch, and come to realize that it's not exactly what you were thinking it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's come to that realization now that I can't be that person anymore. Plus, I'm too old for that shit. So now, I hate to say it, and if there's somebody watching that don't like it, I'm sorry to tell you, I really don't care. Motherfuckers is gonna have to jump through hoops to get my attention. Like, straight up, motherfuckers is gonna have to jump through hoops of fire, because at the end of the day, if it costs me my peace and tranquility, it's too expensive for me. That means if you have baby mama, baby daddy drama, or baby daddy drama in general, I don't want no part in it, because at the end of the day, it's about you, it's about how you feel, and it's about your own fucking like outtake on how you see life. And basically, you don't want that drama in your life. So all I'm saying is this: make motherfuckers jump through hoops if you have to, but don't do it to the wrong motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it to the wrong people.
This kind of alludes back to a conversation that we had before, when I was telling you about what I seen on TikTok. This lady was getting mad at this dude because he had standards.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having standards and having expectations.
Fuck no.
And when I was talking to the other day, I'm like, bro, you can establish from the jump what you will and won't accept, what you like and what you don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me
I was waiting for the elder to come in.
check this out, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
mean, elderly.
I'll be that right now, anyway. If a woman can sit up and say what's her do's and don'ts, and you don't follow either one of those qualifications, she will take the most lamest qualification out of all her shit, and she will use that to eliminate your ass quicker than flies on shit.
Yep.
Yep.
So if they can do that, you need to set your own boundaries as well, because if not, you will always run around here, us gentlemen, dealing with these shoulda, coulda, woulda type bitches.
Yep.
And the real woman is standing right next to her. You know how funny it is when you done got into a situation and the friend is on your side, but that's still her homegirl? And that person is rational, understanding. She will also probably put you in your place. Like, no, that was bogus.
Yep.
Or, no, you shouldn't have done that because that was going to happen. You know, she or he is going to do those things. That's normally the person you should have dealt with in the first place.
And even if you didn't deal with them, that's a real friend to have around you.
And you want to keep that. But the thing is this: when you get out of one relationship,
Don't jump into another one.
don't give yourself 3 months of being single. Don't give yourself 6 months of being single. Because in 6 months, it's just like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You see that person, you want that person, you want to be with that person, you want to act with that person. And that person has already hurt you. So you really haven't gotten over
Yep.
your emotional adventure.
Yep.
So for the average person who really gives a damn about themselves, you have to let it go completely and not try to reestablish another communication with another person, and you know deep down inside
You ain't ready.
you ain't ready. For some women, they never stop
Hurt.
loving that individual who it is. How many of you guys or girls out there been with a person and the name such and such pop up and they automatically get moody or start talking funny or acting a certain way to you? You be like, what's this all about? And they like, nothing, you wouldn't understand, or whatever you want to say, or that person means so much to me and all of this. In the beginning, treat your relationship like a measuring stick.
Yeah.
For each inch, she or he must have gained something or another in order for you to get to the 12 marks.
Mm-hmm.
Within those 12 inches of that ruler, you should have learned the do's and don'ts, the colors, the discolors, the likes, the dislikes, the smells, the not smells. Every fucking thing was happening there. And each, pardon me, I didn't mean to hit the table that much. And each inch, to be honest with you, should be damn near a year.
Yeah.
See, that's what y'all don't understand the measurements of life. I get it, and I know exactly what you was about to say, but I said it that way for a reason, just so that you could respond to that. For the simple fact is, by the time you've hit the 6 inches, how many months have you gained more purity from that person than deceit? How many things have you learned in those 6 inches? When they get around certain people, you can tell if they like them, dislike them, or they want to front, or they want to act like they have a certain type of lifestyle, or they lead a certain type of situation. When you get around that type of stuff, that should let you know your You know how when Charlie Brown got in trouble, when you never seen the person, all you heard was wah 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 wah. You need to become Charlie Brown.
I'll say this, and I understand every person is different, right?
Yeah.
And I fully understand every person is different. If you truly want to really heal yourself, it varies from each person, but you have to make a conscious effort to say, okay, I need to focus on me. And I mean literally focus on me. No distractions. Life is gonna always life. You know what I'm saying? Life will always be life. Always. You gotta do what the necessities of life are. But at the same time, I would consider taking care of your well-being as being a necessity of life. You know what I'm saying? So if you dealing with trauma from a toxic relationship, you finally get yourself free. Really, after you've went to work, came home, you done relaxed, you take time and be like, okay, what do I need to do to heal myself? Whether you got to write stuff out in a journal, diary, whatever you need to do to get them feelings out, talk to a therapist, whatever you need to do that. The biggest thing that I have an issue with is, and I know a couple people, right? They get out of a bad relationship. They cut the whole concept of relationship out of their life. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what? Nope, I'm not dealing with nobody. I'm not dealing with nothing. Nope. And they become bitter. They become angry. And anybody that tries to associate with them or try to even just to get to know them, even not even on a relationship level, but even just maybe possibly being they're bitter towards them.
Check this out. 2014, I lost my adopted son. He was 3 months old. I went to depression real bad. And it got to the point where I wasn't even paying attention to fuck what I'm doing right now because I've been working on this truck and shit.
Right.
But outside of my norm, I was really neglecting my hygiene.
Right.
I was neglecting myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing that. The only thing I focused on outside of how much pain I was going through was my children.
Right.
I wanted to make sure no matter what I was dealing with or what I was feeling, that they wasn't going to walk down that.
They wasn't going to fall victim to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want them to have that excuse.
Right.
And I still suffer from it sometime as we speak. You know, I have my days.
Right.
What I was saying to that was this. I had a woman that I met when I was in the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
We were really close. We got real close. And you know what happens when you're in the shelter. You know, you be hiding bothered. You're not eating right. You're not doing something right. Once you get out that shelter with your kids, it's like you got freedom again. It's like
Yeah.
getting out of prison almost.
Yeah.
You know? So I wasn't mad at her that I didn't see her for a while and we kind of lost contact. You know, but then when I finally got back in tune with her, I was read a different story.
Mm.
So I felt like the dumbass falling for the story when he came back into the picture due to a so-called domestic situation where he was no longer supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I got comfortable
Right.
because I trusted her because we had a bond.
Right.
Instead of me going back to who I was before that, where I would have been stayed on my guard, I let it down.
Mm-hmm.
Once I let it down, it was like there was no way I could damn near close that door because now she wants to be into me, but she's into this because we find
It's
out.
something that she's used to. She's familiar with it.
Yeah, and not only that, she's in a situation where now she's gonna have a child.
Right.
So when I found out she was gonna have a child, you know, I was hurt, I was jealous, I was sad, I was all of those things. I'm not gonna front.
Right.
Then at the same time, she was still my friend.
Right.
So there's part of me want to support her as a friend,
Right.
and then there's the other part of me that wants to be with her as a partner, because these were things we had established from being in the shelter for months and days and weeks.
Y'all got acquainted with each other
You
really
know what
well.
I'm saying? And we lost sight of that. When I finally tried to move from her house, she just said, fuck her house, and just Debo'd her way in my shit.
Mm.
Now, I had a very nice house. My upstairs was like its own area. Only thing it was missing was a bathroom and a kitchen.
Right.
But everything else was up there,
Right.
as well as downstairs. She had her 3 kids. I had my 2. Now, we're both single parents. My son and her son used to purposely get into each other with each other on purpose because they were bitter about not having certain people in their lives.
Right.
Like for my son, his mom.
Right.
And for her son, his dad.
Yeah.
So the two of us was caught in a whirlwind and we're both still protective of our children. So as days, weeks, and nights went by, shit got worse, and worse. I started going deeper into a depression. Not trying to, but subconsciously that's what I was doing. Not even really thinking about it. It was just happening. And then when I did try to snap out of it and take care of myself, instead of somewhat acknowledging the fact that I just made a move to try to do something than what I did yesterday, it was used against me.
Mm.
So then instead of me having more of those days, I went back to having the others.
Right.
Because now I don't want to be touched.
Right.
Now I don't want to be talked to.
Right. You don't want to be bothered with nothing.
Nothing. So if me being funky, nasty, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is what made you react this way when I tried to fix that, and you use that against me, now it is your problem. Because now you can't go nowhere with me. You can't walk nowhere with me. You can't pretend to be this so-called whatever with me. Because it's known. Because I'm going to make it be known.
Right.
You made me feel this way. You didn't give me the chance as a man. You didn't pat me on the back and say, you know what, sweetheart, it'll be okay. I'm not asking you to hold my hand.
Right.
I'm not asking you to walk down the aisle with me and make sure every day I wake up, I'm washing my ass, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. No. You know I'm suffering from something and something that I went through. Then when you had the baby passed away in my hands, not yours.
Mm.
I watched the baby turn blue in my hands and looked at me and smiled and closed his eyes, nigga. It fucked me up. I've seen a lot of people dying. I've held a lot of people dying from being in the service, you know, from just being in street shit. I've seen kids get their head blown off and I'm sitting there holding them.
Right.
I got clothes in a closet in one of my rooms in my house that's got blood on it from the 80s, from partners that I tried to help keep alive. But the thing is, men and women, you have to understand that you make us become these type of people when you treat us a certain type of way. And you're only thinking about yourself and what you want. You don't think about the fact that okay, this is what I want, but this is what I will do. Because I want this person to be these things. So when you instead antagonize and belittle and treat them like shit, but at the same time you want to give us some more uplifting, encouraging ass spiritual advice, keep that shit to yourself, because it don't mean shit. Because at the end of the day, you don't care about how that person is if they're not giving you what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do
That's
that to
actual
people.
fact.
Because it goes back to what he said a minute ago. I know people who are now bitter behind that type of shit. I haven't had a woman in years. Physically, well, that's another story. But as far as me like holding hands and kicking cans,
Relationship, just
I
relationship.
will not do it because I now have a fear of things that I want to acknowledge with a partner, because I feel it is fair that this partner knows these things about me. Not what she needs to know, what I want her to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she gets what I want her to know, she figures out who I am. And not when we get into a situation, you want to throw that in my face. Not when we get into a situation, you want to embarrass me in public.
It becomes, you have a fear of opening up, and what you open up with becomes a weapon for them.
And then the other thing, women, stop holding back what you really want to say to us. Now, I understand there's some of us out there that's a little overzealous with fucking their emotions.
True.
And some things,
Very true.
like I said, makes you not want to appeal to the masses. So I get it. But at the same time, everybody is not the same. Every individual is not the same. It's just like animals.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a stray dog on the street, and that stray dog will walk up to you and he'll be vicious as hell, but show you the kindness of his heart. And then you'll see one that's so sweet, but he's a danger.
Yep.
And you have to figure out which one of these dogs would I deal with anytime I'm walking down this street. Would I rather deal with the dog that looks like he's gonna kill me but got a heart of gold? Or do I want to deal with the sweet little innocent looking dog that's a fucking terrorist?
What I find interesting, bro, and this is what's I look at the way society is right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there is so much what if in the world, a lot of people are fearful of relationships. A lot of people are hesitant and call it what it is, scared of opening up to people. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I expressed with my brother, and even I expressed to everybody that's in my circle, don't actively go out looking for something, because a lot of times
You end up getting what you don't need.
thank you.
See, here's the thing. You know how people used to say, if you want a good woman, go to church. That's not true.
That's
If you want a
definitely
good
not true.
woman, meet her at the bar. Go on a dating line. This, that, and the other. None
No.
of that is true. You know, 9 times out of 10, people become better relationships
With
when
people
you
that's
just-
in their immediate circle.
when you hanging out and you just really just not thinking about it, and you get a conversation with this individual, and every time you see this individual, either you or the other one always ask about one another. Not because y'all had something in common, because your spiritual connection through that conversation you were having
Share good
was,
energy.
was a good energy. Good energy wants to find good energy.
Thank you.
And 9 times out of 10, you put that person in the friend zone. Not realizing that person will be willing to do everything and anything for you. They might not look the best. They might not be shaped the best. They might not wear the best of clothes. They might not have the best of cars.
That's my other issue with society. Is
I
society?
got a lot to say.
I've watched a lot of stuff. I'm active on a lot of things, on a lot of platforms and things like that. I listen to the way that society has made people so superficial, and it's got to be about looks. It ain't about personality no more. And people wondering why they don't have long-lasting relationships because you only going off of what you see. You're not going off of internal character, internal the spirit, the morality of a person. I'm only going off. It goes both sides, man and women. You fellas, if you tired of a ratchet ass female, stop going after these females that's out here ratchet as hell.
Well, first off, here's the problem, and I heard this on a different podcast through the neighborhood, and I think I might have said this one time on one of our things before. The dude was talking to a lady. The lady asked him a certain question, and she specified the question, and he was going to interject, but he stopped. He said, "No, I'm gonna listen to you, sister. I'm gonna wait till you're done. Then I need to rebuttal."
Right.
When he rebuttal, he said, "We don't know what's real with y'all
Facts.
because the real ones are hanging with the hoes, and the hoes and the real ones kind of have some of the same agendas. And then when y'all all in the same circle,
We don't know which ones is not ratchet and who is ratchet.
and you see that pack of wolves, you want to know which one of them wolves will not chew me up."
Listen, we are older gentlemen. You got 10 years on us, but we are older gentlemen.
Yeah.
We grew up with the phrase guilty by association.
God damn me. And if don't nothing in this world make sense, I don't care about this new millennial shit.
Nah.
That statement alone has been around before even I was even here.
I'm gonna bring something up.
And here's something else. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. If you hanging with a lame ass people, not a lame ass person, as you thought I should say. If you're hanging with a lame ass people, you become a lame ass person.
Actual facts. But I got something.
Yeah, what
to
you got on
answer
your
that.
brain? I see you over there itching.
So, I don't really like this person that much, but I was watching a video on this man by the name of Andrew Tate.
Right.
I don't really like his thoughts and his demeanors on certain shit, but I will say this.
Right.
He said one of the realest things any person could say about a woman. Now, 90%, like a woman asked this, why men literally act the way they do when it comes to, like, sex. The thing is, a man is only going to act on what he sees because it's not really what he wants. And what I mean by that is, and it made sense, a man does not want a woman who dresses sexy all the time.
That's a lie.
No?
Come on. No.
Come back.
No, sweetheart.
What you did to get him is what you do to keep him.
That's
Sweetheart.
not all true,
Sweetheart.
ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
not always
Sweetheart,
true.
it is welcomed.
Come here,
It's not
Tracy.
always.
No,
it's not always
sweetheart,
true.
please.
Come here.
Hold on.
You need to hear this.
Please, it is welcomed. We have a
I love
podcast.
that type of shit. This is what we want from this shit.
It is fully welcome, sweetheart.
This
It's a
shit's called-
podcast. I have a podcast called Hurt Feelings Uncut Podcast. All conversations, all perspectives is welcomed. Trust and believe.
I wanted you to specify your opinion on that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my sister, Tracy. Tracy, this is...
I'm J-Mo. On the podcast, I'm J-Mo the asshole.
They call me Larry, but I'm Triple L.
And I'm Ty Steak Nobody. Now, I will say this. Men are visual creatures.
Humans. Hold on.
If you give
Visual.
a visual creature what they want, you will not consume what you need. You will get the same shit any other baboon is out there getting. You won't get nothing natural. You won't get nothing pure. You will not get what you want when you come home, when you know for a fact, like my sister here, who I've witnessed for years do. When you come home from work, you got a hot meal. The house is clean. Everything is set in order. Even your clothes for work the next day. Shit like that. You cannot get that if your visual is not matching the material.
You can't have the expectation of getting that if your actions don't match that type of energy.
But then here's the other problem with that. You got a lot of women out here who keep trying year after year after year. And next thing you know, they're really bittersweet on the inside because they got 10 plus years of nothing.
Yeah.
Where they tried to do something,
Right.
tried to show uplifting, tried to show betterment, tried to show involvement, and all of this shit. And half of them got the shitty end of the stick still. And that goes for some of you men out there as well.
Facts.
It never ends until we stop the cycle as a whole,
As a whole.
not as a person. Because she could be bittersweet and she could be a happy motherfucker knowing damn well she got a lot of hurt inside.
Right.
But here's the thing. You cannot push that on every individual that comes along in your fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to, one, express to them, okay, this is what I just went through for 5+ years. And I'm not being funny. But it is okay for that type of woman or man to set a standard. But if you've never had that in the very fucking beginning, if you see, it all starts at home.
True.
First off, let's get that correct.
True.
See, if you don't have a mother and a father, or a father and a mother, one or the other, or both, that's showing you the rights and wrongs of what you're doing in a relationship, or just at home in general. Because before you even have a relationship, think about the relationship you have at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's with your mom, if she's a single mother, and your siblings. That's like having a relationship.
Right.
When you can't do that right at home, you're not gonna do it right in your home.
It's gonna be difficult for you to have successful
It's
relationship.
not gonna work.
I would like to hear from you.
Me, I
Yes.
dress sexy all the time. And it's not about what man look at me or what man appetite may be for me. Because if your mind ain't matching my intellect, then ain't nothing you can do for me. And what I dress like ain't got nothing to do with how a man treat me. A man only treat me how I allow him to treat me.
And
That
that
is
goes
true.
back to what I said.
Exactly.
If it doesn't
That is very
start
true.
at home, see, when you got dressed, where was you at?
Home.
When you got up in the morning, where was you at?
Home.
When you walked at the door to go to the corner store, the laundromat, to pay them bills, where was you at?
Home.
You have a custom of things that are natural order. That's it. A lot of people don't understand that. They mamas, they friend. They daddies,
That's
they
actually what I was
fucking
trying to
friend.
get at.
They hang out at the same bars. And then you still turn around in return, you want to try to be like disciplinary active.
Because if
But-
you don't have sex appeal, how do you have the man that you with? And I don't want no man that's not willing to fight. Because love is hard work. And you got to fight to keep it. It's
Facts.
easy to get in it. It's hard to
Keep it.
No,
Facts.
I agree with you.
Now,
Love
on to even top that off, when it comes down to listen, I love my fiance. Y'all, you already know.
Yes, I do.
When she wants to get dolled up, I love it. You make it yourself more visual pleasing to me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when it comes to, there's women that get dolled up for the wrong reasons.
That's where I was trying to
You know what I'm
get at.
saying? They get dolled up for the wrong reasons, and when you
That's
get
where I was
dolled
trying
up for
to
the
get
wrong
at.
reasons, you gonna get the wrong attention.
That's
See,
where I
the
was
ones
trying
that
to get at,
dolled up for the wrong reason is the ones that's out there for that very reason.
Exactly.
See,
But
they're
that's where I
not
was-
like me. I dress sexy because I got a husband. Yes, I wear short dresses. I wear whole one-piece suits. I wear all that. I have a figure. I have a body, but I also know how to respect what's mine.
Respect yours, yes.
But see, yours gotta respect you too. Now
Mhm.
see, but if you got one and that one standing beside you, but that one eyes going over there, and then it's going over here, and it's going over there,
They ain't got no
ain't
respect
no
for you.
respect in the first place. You might as well let him go on over there.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I agree with you on
And
that.
here's the other problem behind that, which was a very, very
And a lot of
strong
women got
opinion.
skeletons in their closets. That's why they do that.
Not even that.
Mm.
Again, at home is where it starts. You got to think about it. If you're a single mom and you're not that kind of mom that should be the mother you're supposed to be, them kids
They gonna get influenced.
adapt
by
to that.
They gonna get
Now
influenced.
the
by that.
boys, if there's some at home,
That's what
they don't want to be at home because they don't want to see all that shit.
But
So
at
they
the-
end up gravitating to the streets. And then on top of that, they don't want to listen to mom because mom ain't never at home in the first place. So then these men of that nature, they grow up with a different mentality on how to treat a woman.
Yeah.
Think about that. And then it goes for the other way. The woman ain't getting told how to treat her daughters so that her daughters grow up and treat a man a certain way. They're not showing traditional values, how to clean, how to cook. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to put your hands on everything, because I'm not expecting you to cook me a hot meal every day. I'm not expecting that. Some days I'm so tired when I get done from whatever the fuck it is I'm doing that day, I don't even want to fucking be touched.
Right.
But wait a minute. Let me say this. Let me touch bases on that. When you come into a relationship with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what woman don't agree. This how I was brought up. When you come in that house to that man, and that man say, "I'm hungry, baby." Say for instance, it's 4:00 in the morning. That man come in the house. He might have been out with his friends, but like, "Baby, I've been drinking. I need to put a little bit on my stomach." What you gonna tell him? I'm gonna be like, "Okay, baby. So what do you want to eat?" Now, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is frozen. This is what I cooked earlier. But if you don't want what I cooked earlier, you can have a sandwich. I'll get up and make you a sandwich.
But do you hear yourself? You gave him options.
Exactly.
Now
there's some women don't give options.
no,
There's
some
some that
women
don't even have that conversation.
Matter of fact, there's some women
They don't
that
even have a
won't
conversation.
Some women won't even give a damn. They'll
Some
look at you
women,
like, what the fuck you
Baby,
want
I'm
me to do?
hungry. Go do something. Go do something about it. Go fix yourself something to eat.
And I mean, at the same time, there's nothing wrong with me getting
And
up and going to cook myself something to eat.
I cook
But
myself.
If the tables was turned and my baby walked in, should have been out with the girls doing shit, I ain't cared. She come in the door. Here's what I'm gonna do. First off, she came in the door looking the same way she did when she left this motherfucker. God damn it.
She may not make
I
it
don't
to the
care if
bedroom.
It's fucking the wee hours of the birds chirping. And she like, oh my God, boy, I'm hungry as hell. All I gotta do is hear that shit. I'm already in the kitchen with the bowl with the eggs in it. I'm getting toast
Did
together.
you hear me?
I'm
Did
getting all
you hear
this
me?
shit together. But
If
that
she
is
came
a-
in the door looking like she did when she left,
Oh,
she
my
may not
Lord.
make it to the bedroom.
First
She
off,
may not make
she
it to the
might become
kitchen.
the main
She may
course
be at the
before
door.
I make her something.
She
to
may,
eat.
but yeah.
Now she gonna be even extra tired.
'Cause
Baby,
now-
you want this?
I'm the type of
What's
person.
5 things that y'all want from a woman?
Now you want us to tell our secret checklist.
I'm gonna tell
Ain't
you.
no secret checklist. Because the real man don't got secrets.
No. What I mean, like, I'll give you an example. With my fiance, right? We dated in 2017, right? I treated her out how like a man. Okay, how can I say this? The man that I was raised to be is how I treated her. I had a stepfather and a father in my life. These were the men that showed me how to treat a woman. I did those things. I scared her away because she's never been used to it.
Well, baby, that ain't
Hold
fair.
on, I'm not done. I'm not done. I got 10 years on her. I'm gonna say that. I got 10 years on her. She comes back last year and said, you know what? I sat here my entire life and prayed for a man like my father. And I had it, and I let it get out of my hands. I'm not letting you go again.
You know what?
Now, you asked about the 5 things, right? She started hitting those 5 things. Men don't like to admit that we are emotional creatures, but we are. I want to have, she was somebody I could be emotionally vulnerable around. You know what I'm saying?
Very rare.
I can open up to. I can express my joys, my pains. I was able to do that with her. Where I faltered in my life, on everyday life, she stepped up for me. She came into my life when I was recovering from an injury. She supported me, pushed me. She's motivated me now to do something that I've always wanted to do, start my own business.
But it took her to leave to come back to do it. I'm gonna tell you why she left.
Tell me, I want to hear it.
She left because she wasn't ready. She still had some things she wanted to do out there in the streets before she settled down with the man that she knew she wanted. And I give her the utmost respect because she didn't go into that blindsided. And she didn't say, oh, well, I just got married at the moment because that's what I felt that I needed to do because I didn't want nobody else to have you at the time. She walked away and let herself heal from the negativity, and then she came back to positivity. Think about it.
And that's a woman that I can respect, because she
Yeah.
could have been asked about it.
Yeah.
She could have led you on, fed you the spoon, and got you what she wanted, and then did that bullshit.
Then yeah, very much possible because I've dealt with it. stay a
But
couple
that's
blocks
not the
away.
5 things though. See, that's what that one woman is fit for you for.
Right. Okay. I have to step myself out of this.
Oh,
But
really?
let's see,
Okay.
5 things. For me, it ain't much for me. You've been around me long enough. You've seen me going through my sickness. You've seen me when my depression was so bad, like I was just saying a minute ago on this podcast, where I was neglecting myself hygienically and physically and mentally. But I was trying to stay strong for my children at the same time and not let them bundle into my bullshit.
Yeah.
And I still suffer from it sometimes, even as we speak. Like I said earlier, I'm a man who accept my do's and don'ts. What I always wanted, my 5 things always come into one. Just connect with me spiritually. Don't connect with me physically. Don't connect with me on anything else. If you can connect with me spiritually, everything else falls in its place. For some men, I can't say that for all of us, but me personally, if you and I have a connection, that's like, this is my sister. But say we was to sit down one day and we had a different kind of conversation out of any conversation we had, spiritually, we're going to always be on that level.
Right.
It doesn't mean we're trying to hook up, after the facts and years later down the line. It has nothing to do with that. It's just from now on, when me and that person see each other, it's like, oh, what's up, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a joy in that energy. You want that joy at home with your partner. And if I can't have joy, I don't have shit.
Joy
I don't
and
have
peace.
4 other things that I want in my life because you didn't give me that one.
Right.
And it's the same thing with women. When they're pure and they're natural, they're not in the streets, we niggas don't want that. And it's the same way with these people. But see, I have to say that this media shit has made that so hard
And that's
for
what
good
leads to the
men
topic of
and
this whole
good
conversation.
women. Because nowadays, everything that we grew up on that was wrong, they now glorifying on this
Glorifying
shit, making it right. So our little girls are supposed to grow up and be our young women to make our kings look better, and as well as our kings to make our queens look better, we out there looking dumb as shit.
Getting
And
laughed
then
at.
you got us. We've been there, done that. But see, what they don't have that we had was there was always somebody who could say, bruh, sis, that was bogus.
Definitely pull your coats in.
Or,
Them elders
or that was wrong. Let me
Yeah.
holler at you for a minute. Hey, check this out. You might not like what I'm about to say, but dig this. That was fucked up.
But the ones that's
And
coming up now, they have it. They just don't want to listen to
No,
it.
they don't
'Cause
have
we're
it.
They don't
here.
have it.
We're here.
They don't have it. You know why they don't have it?
They don't
Nothing.
want to listen
But see,
to it.
here's the thing. You're here for. See, you here for. You have to be here nowadays. You can't be here for the village, because the village will attack you for being there.
Right.
See, now you can only be there for your own. When I mean own is the children in the family that respect you and you respect them. The children in the family that has morals. Not the little 11-year-old that's down the street with 30 inches bundles down her butt with full face of makeup and eyelashes on. They don't even respect their mamas or their daddy. They don't even respect themselves. So then when you say something to them, then the village attacks you.
Yeah.
See, so sometimes you gotta tear away from that village and build your own. Cause them the villages that's gonna listen.
And
But when you got a full village attacking you for one thing that you saying that's right, either you gonna sell or you gonna drown.
I want to add something to that. The village thing. See, when I grew up, I'll take care of you in a minute. I know what you're here for. You used to be able to criticize without no problems.
Yep.
I remember there was a time where if you saw these 2 ladies down the street, you used to be able to say, hey ladies, how y'all doing? Y'all having a good day? And even though you might be the one with the frown on your face, and you might be the one glorifying your happiness all day long, I would still look at you and say, hey sister, it's gonna be all right. You good?
Or
That
just
don't mean
even-
I want to holler at you.
Even just
That
walking
don't
past
mean
it, just
I wanna-
hey, can I get a smile?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's the little things like that don't we've forgotten about in this neighborhood. When the last time you seen a fucking kid jump
Shipper
rope?
ain't dead.
It's been happening.
It's only
Not
gone
since you
to-
was
Got
a shorty.
older.
probably.
Goddamn internet.
gotten older.
Like parents.
Hey,
Them motherfuckers can't leave out the house.
Yeah.
You-
Won't get off the phone. Half of these kids don't know how to read
I'm-
or
I'm-
write.
can I put y'all on game? Can I put y'all on game on something? How many people sitting here got an Apple phone?
Not me.
Not me. I hate that.
How many people who got a phone that's connected that use Apple bullshit?
Not me.
See, that's good. You know why I say that? Because see, there's a story, a very famous story, that deals with the apple. We know what that is, right? That's Adam and
Adam and
Eve.
Eve.
Now, people don't pay attention to this.
They don't.
That same apple that's on every logo is the same apple
That's
that was
the
in
most
that
great,
story
Yep.
where she bit the apple.
Got a
Yeah.
bite out of it.
Yep.
We forgot about that. And then here's the thing that's fucked up. As you look at it when we doing this right here, we doing this right here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That
Same
means we
shit.
worshiping, praying technology. We were worshiping.
So we
what's in
praying
front
to
of
that devil
Yep.
that planted that seed,
Yep.
that turned it to that apple.
Yep.
And the more we continue to praise this shit,
The more lost people will be.
it'll never come back because they
Mhm.
figured out a different way to get into the community
Yep.
of what they wanted to destroy in the first place by that bullshit right there.
Right there.
And I'm going. And on that note, I will end this podcast. It has been amazing. I love this conversation.
Hey, I want to say thank you to my sisters who was here for another purpose. We love their energy, and this is what we want back, y'all. This is Hurt Feelings, and this is my man,
J Mo the asshole.
my brother.
Triple L.
I'm Todd Stick Nobody.
Hit that
Y'all
like,
take
share,
it easy.
subscribe, and tune in next time.
Peace.